You know, we back. We are back, man. Once again, we are back. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Crip. Welcome back. And we here with part two of why gangs must end. And and why they don't have a place why they don't have a place out here with people in the black community. Because of the situations that take place, with kids dying, um, mothers crying, however you want to say it. You name it, that's the reason why gangs don't need to exist. You feel me? So, um, this is part two, man, of what we need to do um, in ending gang violence with people out here. You know, why the Crips and Bloods was never a positive thing. It was never something that was intended to um, help you buy a house. It was never intended to help you buy a car. It was never intended to help you buy a send your kids to college. If you could tell me, I like for people to shut me up. Just if you a Crip or you a Blood, shut me up. Tell me how becoming a gang member helped your life and your family without any negativity surrounding your answer. If you could tell me that, I'll stop this podcast. But if you can't tell me that, then you should say no more in 24. We don't need no more in 24. See, my thing's as simple as this. We don't need to put nobody else on. There don't need to be no more gang members in the state of California or any other state. Because it ain't working out. And if you think that your family, my family, your neighbor family, your brother family, your sister family, everybody is going to be all right in the future, you are slowly mistaken. Because what happens to this family is surely, eventually, is going to happen to your family. You may not be here to see it, but eventually what happened to this family is going to happen to your family. And gangs is going to be a big part of the reason why. See, people don't understand when they put that net down out here and people start telling, because, we got some loose lips dudes out here. If you took all the snitches and all the busters from every single gang, every single Crip set and every single Blood set, guess what? You'll have a whole nother gang of people. Like, nah, man, you got to go over there. You got to go over there. And you got to gang bang with them. Like the two nickels, what they call them in prison. The two nickels. You probably have to go join. You'll see a lot of people over there. But what we need to do is stop endorsing. See, people endorsing every time there's a death of an OG, every time there's a death of a young homie. You see the funerals and all that. For once, somebody needs to say, listen, man, we just need to come together and just let people know that this ain't it. This is not happening. Man, you need to shut up, Dr. Crip. You're only saying that because you got shot. Your little homies almost blew your head off. Yeah, but it was God who stopped the bullets. That's what you don't understand. It was God that said, just go in the hand and this and that, and you still got your fingers and thumbs. You still look good. You still on swole. You still, working out. Oh, man, I used to be 240. I'm down to like 220 net right now. I feel, I look, I look good. You feel me? And most people not going to have that when they homies turn on you. They say, and once in your life, you will have to battle your homies. Now, that ain't for every gang, man. That's not for everybody that's in a gang. No, it's not. But they say the majority of gang members, at some point, you're going to have to deal with your homies in a negative way. So, which is another reason for your son and your daughter not to gang bang. I want to welcome everybody to the Dr. Crip Show. Hey, man, thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share, pass the word. We back. This is part 2 of Why We Must End Gangs, the Crip edition and the Blood edition, because Crips and Bloods are brothers. They just like Cain and Abel. If you didn't know that, go do your research, and then you'll find out why. I don't care if you 65, you was there when it started, or none of that. Don't mean nothing to me. I could care less. Crips and Bloods are brothers. They are Cain, they are Abel. They started out cool and they got into it. Just like Cain and Abel. So you need to take that and go do your research, unless you just still at 60, you 58 and you still with it, Derby, you know what I'm saying? Pin on the end, Charlie Brown shirt, showing up at all the G funerals, you know what I'm saying? I never understood that. You got people like that. They just like to show up. They go to all the funerals and all that. Those the endorsers of the Crips and the Bloods that try to perpetuate like it's something cool. And they didn't done their job, because I told you, the kids now have being a gang member on their list of accomplishments. Not my son. Yeah, but your son friend who he hanging out with. That's eventually going to lead your son or daughter down that path. So that's why you probably want to change your mind about, talking to the youth about not gangbanging, about not throwing their life away, giving them some type of choice to make. Because the choices that's being made right now by the youth, if you leave it up to them, it ain't working out too good. We losing. And we losing in a major way. As a matter of fact, I want you to listen. I want you to listen to something. I'm going to play something for you in a minute. Because see, what the internet has done is that now you got the people that's hiding behind the internet. Well, some of the hiders are some of the people with the most valuable information that they are leaking out onto the internet. So now we can see and understand what's going on. You can see now how slavery is connected to Crips and Bloods. Oh, shit, come on. I'm tired of hearing all that. I don't care about that blood. That don't mean that. Well, yeah. Well, you's a victim. That's why. You're still suffering from GAMD, gang addiction mental disorder. It ain't nothing to be embarrassed about it. I got it. I still suffer from it. I'm just trying to manage my sickness like anybody else that's managing their sickness and doing a good job at it. And who is that, Dr. Crip? Well, that's your business owners. That's your people that's raising the family by working and doing, send them, making sure that none of my kids follow my footsteps. You got some parents out here that just don't care about what their kids do or how their kids is being raised. Well, he got to learn. She got to learn. I be trying to tell her she got to learn, man. She got to learn on her own, blood. She got to learn on her own, cause I can't be, didn't nobody teach me, so that's the black parenting that we got going on. GAMD, gang addiction mental disorder, letting your child discover something that's negative on their own and eventually going full blown at it. So, I mean, you got to really realize that what kind of parents we got out here right now. I'm not going to say that all the parents are just fully bad like that, but if you look at the literacy rate of reading and math and education in a whole in California and other states, maybe you will see what I'm talking about, because there's something going on. I told you that these kids is trying to be gang members. So guess what the schools is doing right now? They just passing everybody along. That's it. They just passing everybody along. You don't want to be left behind. We just gonna pass you along. We just passing everybody along because guess what? We can't control all these kids. You see it on the internet all day, how kids go to school, want to fight the teacher because he told you, hey, put your phone down. What you talking about, man? Don't talk, just, man, F you, homie. You can't, man, I'm little BK. I'm little CK, man. What you talking about? Man, I don't even want to talk to you. You got on too much flu. You got on too much dead. You know what I'm saying? This is what the teachers have to deal with at the school, with the electronics. That's dumbing down your kids. See, I'm going to do a literacy thing. Like I said before, go challenge your homies 18 to 25. Yeah. Say, listen, I give you $1,000. You can read this. A whole paragraph. You feel me? And let's just see how many gang members can actually read and do math. All they timetables, all the way up, starting from 1 and go all the way to 12. I got cold cash for you, homie. All you got to do is read this whole paragraph and do all your timetables starting from 1 to 12. And I got 1,000 for you. You're going to see some people pull out burners like, nigga, I don't like you anyway. Because you're going to see the embarrassment come out. You're going to see the embarrassment come out because people slow out here, man. And some of the 60, some of the 50 homies, the 50, 40s, you know what I'm saying? They can't read. They can't read. I got some G homies that can't read. They cannot read. Well, how they get that job? They got hooked up. Their girl filled out the app. They stayed off weed. They pissed. They got the test. Passed. The people could, okay, we can hire you. Job is simple. All you got to do is just go over here, drive, drop off, and you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do too much of nothing. Just follow what the next man is doing. That's how you got the job, but can't read. Can't read that insurance policy. Got to get your girl to do that. Had to get his mama to do that. Females too. Homegirls too. More females right now is worse than dudes. They can't read neither. So please tell me how Crips and Bloods are something that we need. I need to know. I need to know. Please, somebody tell me. As a matter of fact, everybody, welcome to the show. This is Dr. Crip. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, share. Let somebody know that today this is Crip Week, Part 2. Why gangs must end to save the Black community. Check this out. Let's see this. Let me let you get a bar of this. Well, these is newspapers right here, right? Where for the Crip script and research that we did for the Crip script. It's a 3-hour movie, you know. And in the movie, we tackle all the situations that brought Crippin' and Blood and about. And it all started from J. Edgar Hoover. That's your guy. That's your man. That's your man. That's the guy who you can blame Crips and Bloods on. He started it. Yes, he did. J. Edgar Hoover and all his cronies, all his associates, all his followers, all his people that admire him, they all played a part in creating Crips and Bloods. Because when you confine people to a certain area, after a while, guess what they do? They turn on each other. And that's exactly what Raymond Washington did when he stepped outside his house when he was 14. You think he walked outside and was like, I'm about to change all this? No. He stepped outside frustrated, mad, just like anybody else. And he wanted some money and he wanted to be the man on the block, and that's what he was. And he beat this dude up. And he said, man, come hang with me. Don't worry about it. We're going to go beat this dude up. And before you knew it, you got 10 dudes on that block. And they said, listen, we finna walk over around the corner and go beat them dudes up and make them dudes down with us. And shortly after that, they came up with the name Crips. And all they did was go around and beat people up. You think they went from neighborhood to neighborhood, even when it was just 10 of them? You think they went from neighborhood to neighborhood, passing out food and doing programs? Tell me the Crips that had a breakfast program like the Black Panthers. This is still the same effect of COINTEL. You better go look at Tupac Mama video. That's what you need to go do. Because you got plants and all this stuff. You got plants, man. You got plants that J. Edgar Hoover and the government put in the ghetto to help create violence amongst Black people, bro. And what you see today, they carried it on out. Now, of course, did they think that it was going to sweep like this? No, but so what? They don't care because they make money off Bloods and Crips. Everybody make money off Bloods and Crips except Bloods and Crips. They're the only ones that don't make money. Well, if they make money like that, you so smart, well, why y'all had to have a car wash for his funeral? And he was a G. Why y'all have a car wash for him? If Crips and Bloods is so big and so we can do all this fabulous stuff, why y'all had to have a car wash for this dude? And he was a 3-time OG. He ain't never told on nobody. He ain't never did no busterism stuff to his homies. He been around since the 60s, 70s. But y'all had to have a car wash. for his funeral. Oh, but we all came together and buried the homie. That's because he never, your life became the hood and you threw it away. But I want you to listen to this sister. Let's listen to what she say about your kids that's coming up. This your kid. This your kid. No, it ain't. That ain't my kid. Yeah, it is. It's your kid. Well, your kid is hanging with them kids. Let's see what she got to say about it.
Okay, I am not trying to fearmonger you, but I was an assistant principal, I was a middle school teacher, and I was a high school teacher. And I need you to know America is in a literacy crisis, and they're not making a big enough deal about it. Our children cannot read. Our children cannot read, let alone writing a paragraph, let alone comprehension. They cannot read. They do not know how to sound words out. They were not taught that. And if you're wondering, well, then why does my kid just keep getting passed on to the next grade? Because that's what they're doing now. They're not holding the children back. They're moving them on. They're graduating them, knowing that your child is illiterate. Our next change makers, our next lawmakers, our next voters cannot read. I beg of you, take the tablets and the cell phones away. Practice letter recognition and sounds and reading with your child, please. And I'm going to keep it a stack with you. They been knew. They been knew the babies couldn't read and didn't care. You know when they started caring? After the pandemic. Them test scores plummeted. First of all, like test scores for reading were like pretty stagnant for the last like decade. But after the pandemic, they plummeted. And now they were like, oh, we got to do something about it. Columbia University, I'm looking at you. You fully backed balanced reading. Fully backed it. Teachers College was 100% pushing out balanced reading. That's why the kids don't know how to sound things out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go do some research. Now they're trying to push science of reading. That's the way. And if you're like, what's science of reading? That's what we was doing. And by we, I'm talking about millennials and older. The little you know, when we were sounding words out, that's, yeah. Now they're trying to bring that back. And if you're like, wait, they stopped doing that? Yes! For years, they stopped doing it. I'm going to say this last thing and I'm going to be done. If you have the opportunity and the privilege, right? Because like taking off from work is a privilege. You need to start, and by you, I'm talking to parents and guardians. Start going to these PTSA meetings and these district meetings. They are passing so many policies and they're banking on the fact that parents and families are not going to show up. You need to know what those policies are and how they're affecting your children, particularly Black and brown children. They know families can't or won't show up. You need to be more involved with your students' schooling. Their life, quite literally, depends on it. All right, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah. You see that? Did you hear what she said? You heard it? She was a principal. And yeah, I did the research on it. Balanced reading. You know what that means? I mean, Tyrone can't read. So he's throwing the equation off. As a matter of fact, Tyrone, Lakeisha, Marcus, Jocelyn, them folk can't read. So they throwing the balance off in his classroom. So guess what we got to do? We got to make it back up. We got to make it back up. Because we losing money. So what we going to do, we going to give them 4-5 kids standardized testing to let them pass in they field that they in. So now we could just move them on. Well, that ain't happening to my kid. That you can talk all you want, Dr. Crip. My kid is straight. He ain't worried about none of that. Yeah, but you don't know how to read like that. So how you know your kid don't know how to read like that if you don't know how to read like that? Remember, You started work. You didn't go, after high school. You started getting a job. You've been on that job for 25 years. You read the contracts and this and that, but you don't read nothing else. You stay right here and read this from your work-related job. You don't go reading outside the job. You don't read magazines. You don't read books. You don't do that. I'm an avid book reader. I love books. I read all the time. I read everything. Because my family are educators. See that in the hardback edition? That's my grandfather on there. Can you see that? Can you see that picture? You see that? He got a school named after him. That's my grandfather. Taught himself how to read. You see that picture right there? Can you see that? That's a hardback edition. First Crip. Yeah, I'm the first Crip with a hardback book. That's that useless information for you. You know, I'm the first Crip with a hardback book, coffee table book. All facts. Is letting you know. You feel me? GAMD, man, what it do to you? You know? Yeah, but gotta go read, man. You see what she said? You got to read. They failing your kids right now. You don't even understand how, why, or none of that. Only thing you know is that your kid goes to school every day. My kid is straight. We ain't worried about nothing over here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. You see what they doing to them colleges now, right? See, in a minute, what is that? By 2030, 2035, probably when I'm 60, 70 years old. Hey, youngster, what you doing? When I'm 72, you know, it's just gonna be kids hanging out everywhere. Man, y'all go do something. I'm trying to get moved. Because guess what? They not gonna be able to go to college nowhere because they controlling the colleges, they controlling all the HBCUs. They done took away the testing for the colleges, everything. They done made it where it's just you can't even get in there no more. So you finna have a bunch of dummies just walking around in the next 10 years, 10, 15 years. It's just gonna be a bunch of stupid people walking around. You got a business, you ain't gonna be able to leave it to your son because guess what? He too stupid to. You already know how they mess up. You already know how kids. Listen, you already know how you lead your kids to property. You already know how you lead the kids to property. You didn't pay for the house and everything. This dude come along, him and this girl come along. They first thing they do because I need a foreign. They go take a $200,000 loan out on the house and lose the house in less than 3 years. Everything you didn't work for 45, 50 years, they lost it in 2 years because they wanted a foreign and didn't have no way to pay the money back. Lost your house. And you know that's in every single neighborhood, every hood, Bloods and Crips. I know for a fact we done lost about 5, 6 houses over there in the 90s. I tried to save 3 of them. Crack. I need a foreign. I don't want to fight for the house. Nothing. Just let the property go that your parents and grandparents worked for. That's why all these white folks moving back. You feel me? They coming back, taking over. They coming back, taking over. All that property y'all letting go. Oh, ain't, man, the east side just tore up. Ain't nobody. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they got, you see the white folks over there too. They got white folks on the east side, west side. They coming to take back all this land that's now $100 million, you know, that you can't afford. They coming back to get your land. You can't read. So where's we going? So tell me, why do we need gangs? Why can't we just say don't put nobody else on? You feel me? Why? What's the reason? Please explain to me. Even the people that think that they got their stuff together, you still don't know. You part of the situation too. Listen to Farrakhan. He'll tell you. Check him out.
What makes you righteous? You see, I don't smoke, I don't drink. I won't fornicate and I won't commit adultery. I don't smoke dope. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. And I say all my prayers every day. And I give whatever I can in charity. Yes, sir. And what else do you do? But what do you mean, what else? Is there something else? That's nothing. That's vanity. So you don't smoke, so what? So you don't drink. You don't use drugs. So what? What are you doing to better the condition of others? What are you doing to reform where you live? And if you do nothing to reform society with the knowledge you have received, then you are guilty of concealing knowledge. And that is a cardinal sin.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx.
Yeah, that is a cardinal sin. That's a cardinal sin. That's a cardinal sin. You containing the knowledge and you won't let it go. Listen, man. He gave me 6 shots. What you gonna do? I'm finna write this book. That's what I'm gonna do, Lord. And I'm gonna let people know what they suffering from. Oh yeah, I like that. The Lord said, yeah, I like that. I can get with that. I like that. It's cool. Lost the spiritual awareness. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's cool. Go ahead, push that. No problem, Lord. I got you. You know what I'm saying? He like, I got you. Go ahead and push it. That ain't a problem, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about me. Take care of the people out there. So it is my duty to let people know that, oh yeah, I'm gonna let you know that this is where it's at. You know, this is where it's at. If you don't end gang violence with the Crips and the Bloods, you have a serious situation going on. And that situation is going to affect your family, my family, his family, her family, everybody's family. If y'all don't try to stop these kids from gang banging. I don't care about you 25-year-olds. You didn't already made your plans on what you gonna do. You already know I done flunked out of school. I'm just trying to get a bag. I need 18 chains. You feel me? And I'm going to run with 28. He just got out of prison doing 35 years. I know what he's talking about. It's all good. I'm going to get all my information from him. Are you serious? Are you serious? Yeah. Yeah. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? People always hit me and they ask me questions. I get a lot of texts. People be asking me all kind of stuff all day, you know. But the message is the same. What's happening with the kids? You feel me? Listen to this. Let me tell you, this is listen to this lady right here. Listen to this lady. This is what she think about black kids. This is a governor.
Reform society with the knowledge you have received, then you are guilty of concealing knowledge. And that is a cardinal sin.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word a computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader challenges.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? You saying that the kids do not know nothing about a computer? Is that what you saying? That the kids don't know nothing about no computer? She had to retract her statements behind that. You want to listen? We need to hear that again. Wait a minute, hold on.
Through technology, that young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word a computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader challenges.
She said that young black kids growing up in the Bronx do not know what the word computer means. This is 2024. And you mean to tell me that she can say that in the Bronx right now in 2024 that young black kids do not know what the word computer means? She's serious. She ain't made that for no reason. She ain't just brought that and just brought it out her mouth for any old thing. She's serious about that. She's dead bang serious about that. She like, black kids don't know what the word computer means. How can you say that? How can you say that? I don't understand that. Hello, Dr. Crip. Why do the old gang members get the gang money? It doesn't seem to work. I may be wrong, though. I don't know. You know what? One move away. Thank you for tuning in. You are right. It don't work. And I'm going to tell you why it don't work. Because all these old gang members that you see out here, they don't want to squabble and go up against their young homies because they don't want to get embarrassed. They don't want to be embarrassed. They don't want to face their young homies and squabble when they know they doing wrong. And the ones that do always end up in trouble or shot like me. You feel me? Face bullets or get knocked out. Let me tell you something. Before I got shot, I put hands on my young homies because y'all extra'd out. Y'all don't know nothing. I stayed bumping heads with them because they kept pulling me in their business because y'all too stupid out here. Y'all don't know nothing. Y'all don't know nothing about no beef. Y'all don't know nothing about nothing. And y'all think y'all know everything. Y'all don't got nothing in y'all hood. Y'all don't got no real estate, no property, no. Oh, well, y'all don't got nothing either. The old niggas running around here, y'all don't got nothing either. Yeah, the ones that you see around here that's on crack and all this other stuff, them the ones that probably don't got nothing, but the ones that you see here, that's here every day with you, facing the same consequences as you, we telling you why not to go do the stuff that you doing, but you don't want to listen. Man, let me tell you something. I tried to put 4 homies on, put them in a drug spot to make money. This is when I'm in my sickness. I got diabetes. This is like having diabetes. I'm in my sickness. But guess what? they don't want to work in the drug spot. They don't want to sell drugs. They don't want to do that. They want to take the drugs, but they don't want to sell the drugs. They don't want to sit in those spots. They don't want to do nothing. You know what they want to do? They want to break in houses and they want to rob people. That's what they want to do. It is the easiest thing for them to do. And when they don't succeed at that, guess what they do? They turn on their homies because it's easier to rob you and get money to go buy a foreign that's a 2007. You feel me? I got this little I got 3,500, man. I finna go get this little Porsche from this dude. No tags, oil leaks. But you driving. I got a foreign. They rather sell their soul for stuff like that. So yeah, that's why it don't work. You right. They giving that money to all these old dudes, and all these old dudes ain't doing nothing but paying their rent. They ain't stopping no violence. They ain't bringing nothing down. You feel me? Because can't nobody tell these young dudes nothing, and they refuse to get together. And I'm speaking for facts in my hood. Now, I don't know how it is in everybody else's hood, but just like people, hey, no, I'm letting all the dirt out. All that, man, we don't do that over here. We keep our dirt. We don't broadcast all this and that. That's the problem. Ain't no difference than your hood and my hood. Y'all killing each other. Y'all don't own nothing over there. Y'all won't help the old people. Y'all don't got no spots over there. Everybody hang at the park. Y'all got snitches that come through there. Y'all ain't killing them. That's in everybody's hood. But don't nobody want to talk about that. That's the problem. Oh, we don't air out our business. We don't get down like that, blood. Oh, because look, hey, over here on the west side, on the east side of the blood, that's how we get down. We don't do all that. That's the problem. You need to air it out. You need to let people know what's happening over there. Them two dudes had a fight and he got knocked out. Now all of a sudden he want to kill him. He caught him slipping late night coming out the alley and gunned him down. And then said, oh, them dudes down the street did it. Same thing that they was trying to do to me. So when they give these dudes this money, guess what? Oh, hey, homie, y'all just hang out, you know, it's all good. Don't worry about nothing. I'm on the payroll. Yeah. Let me tell you something. The grid program is the same name, LA Bridges, Safe Zone, Operation, whatever it's called. Let me tell you something. I am at the board when we wrote that program, when it got rewritten by Connie Rice. You don't know who Connie Rice is? Go look her up. When she was with Bo Taylor, when she first met Bo Taylor in Unity 1, she sat at our table. And I helped restructure that whole program, what you see today, known as GRID. And guess what? It wasn't paying no one homie. It was paying 5 people. Because in order to see success, you got to have more than one person. You got to have 5 people. You need the OG. Then you need the second generation, the third generation, the 4th generation, and the current generation will be the 5th generation. You need one person from each of those generations that got power in their generations. And that's how you stop violence in different hoods that come together, because can't no one person getting a check from this hood do nothing. That's why you got these dummies running around here talking about, oh, I get paid to gang bang, homie. I get paid to be from the hood, blood. I get paid to be from the hood because they giving me a check. They ain't giving you no check to be from the hood. You supposed to stop gang banging, and you ain't supposed to let nobody else get put on that hood. From the moment you took that check, you are not supposed to let no 12, 13, 14-year-old child get put on your hood. And that's what they doing. They changed all the rules. You knew it wasn't going to last. You knew it wasn't going to last. I already knew it wasn't going to last. They was going to change that 5 people. They was going to change that up real quick. Yeah, but that's how you bring a war down. How somebody from 9-0 one person going to go deal with the 8 trays? The 8 trays got 4 different sides. You mean to tell me one person run all them sides? Man, are you crazy? You need a person from each one of them sides that is a reputable just to deal with these 9-0s down here this way. And you need 5 9-0s because can't no one 9-0 say nothing about we gonna end this and we gonna end that. Man, are you silly? What are you talking about? That ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen, bro. That is not gonna happen. So yes, that's why it's not working one move away. That's why it doesn't work. You're right. It does not work. And it's gonna continue not to work. Because can't no one dude be going around to 5 and 6 different neighborhoods and trying to organize and work with. You need to work in your own hood. Your hood ain't straight. Your own hood still got problems. So how you going to come way over here and try to help us do anything when your hood, where you grew up at, where you represented over 20 years ago and all this other stuff is still out of control? You need to stay in your own hood. If everybody stayed in their own hood and work with their own hood instead of trying to mingle out everywhere, then you might get somewhere. When I was in gang intervention, which I still am in gang intervention, I ain't out of it like that, but I don't go outside of different hoods. I'm not going over there. I'm not going over there to talk to nobody. Y'all need to meet. Oh, the Hoovers, I'm not going over there. I don't care who's over there. We can meet here. Let's go meet in a neutral area. Then we can talk about whatever, and I'm going to take it back to my hood. You take it back to your hood. Other than that, I'm not dealing with none of that. I'm cool, bro. I'm not doing that. Why would I do that? Because somebody going to have a problem with me coming over here. And if you're not the man that can stop it, guess what's going to happen to me? A bullet to the back of the brain. Yeah, that's how it is. A bullet to the back of the brain. So guess what I do? I work with kids, homie. That's what I do. I work with kids. Let's stop the kids from joining gangs. That should be the number one thing. All these gang interventionists from these different programs that's out currently right now, the number one thing that they should push on all Crips and Bloods is don't put no one else on your hood. Period. Do not put nobody else on your hood. Why? They don't need no more gang members. That's 12, 13, 14, 15. We don't need that. That's the problem right now. Because these dudes is getting on these gangs, and guess what? He got beat up because as you see before, you didn't heard it. If you pay attention to social media, well, wait a minute. You used to be from here. How you from that gang? Now you from this gang. Because gangs don't have no order. You can't join another gang if you was from over here. But you know what dudes do? Hey, man, don't worry about it. Hey, look, the homies, we don't even beef with them dudes anyway. We beefing with them dudes. So if you join our hood, just make sure you go through there and knock somebody down, and you're gonna be good over here. Come on, man. Come on. I was in the county jail. And I seen a dude that was from 9-0. This dude was so weird and buster, so much of a buster, that he turned to a blood hood that his family was from. This dude that spent half his career as a Crip, and in his 30s, he transformed to a blood neighborhood, and they accepted him. Come on, man. And you mean to tell me that this is some type of organized, this is some type of legitimate organization, Crips and Bloods? Are you serious? Come on, man. Where did people get this stuff from? I don't understand. Where is this stuff coming from? I don't see it. West Side Life. Hey, Dr. Crip, no more in 24. Did you hear about the 14-year-old girl do a drive-by shooting? Her GAMD should have been caught. Yes, I did hear about that. And that's what I'm saying. I can guarantee you that girl probably don't know how to read and write. She's 14. What I heard is she took the car, probably from her parents or somebody, and went and shot somebody that's 20 years old. So it's 2 lives going down the drain right now. She's 14. So now they're going to charge her as an adult. You feel me? That's going to happen. So she's going to spend her life in juvenile. And then probably when she finished with juvenile, if she ain't learned nothing, they're going to send her on to prison, you know? But that's what I'm saying. She's 14 years old, and she took a car that wasn't hers, got a gun from somewhere. Now, usually in them cases like that, well, they're going to find out. They're going to try to go in there and be slick with her. Now, and they got some of these gang interventionists that they're going to try to use at some point in her case. Trust me. Because they want to know where she got the gun from and all that. They want to know what the beef was about and everything. They want to get to the bottom of it. And they're going to have some names. Now, they may try to protect some of them names, but they're going to get some names. Trust me. They're going to find out some names. Then we're going to find out exactly how strong this young girl is, how her mind is built. Because is she going to stay strong? Is she going to fold? Because is they going to tell her, girl, you getting life. The lady is dead. You shot somebody else. They dead. You're not going home. Now, she may think it's a game and all that. She's 14. She ain't going to realize it until she's 25 because you're not getting out. And at some point at 25, when she still haven't realized her lesson, they're going to say, we think that she should go to prison. We giving her life, especially if they charge her as an adult and she get life. That's intent. You drove over there with the intent. You stole the car. You got the gun from whoever. That's intent. You went over there, you shot. All that's intent. So you're not coming home from that. You ain't coming home from that. Whoever her parents is, we couldn't ever control her. You finna hear every excuse in the book known to man. But guess what? She still ain't coming home, and that's another black child gone. That is another black child gone. Listen, let me tell you what we're doing right now. Listen to this. You need to listen to these people. Listen to these people and what they're telling you.
literacy crisis, and they're not making a big enough deal about it. Okay, I am not trying to fearmonger you, but I was an assistant principal, I was a middle school teacher, and I was a high school teacher. And I need you to know America's in a literacy crisis, and they're not making a big enough deal about it. Our children cannot read. Our children cannot read, let alone writing a paragraph, let alone comprehension. They cannot read. They do not know how to sound words out. They were not taught that. And if you're wondering, well, then why does my kid just keep getting passed on to the next grade? Because that's what they're doing now. They're not holding the children back. They're moving them on. They're graduating them, knowing that your child is illiterate. Our next change makers, our next lawmakers, our next voters cannot read. I beg of you, take the tablets and the cell phones away. Practice letter recognition and sounds and reading with your child, please. And I'm going to keep it a stack with you. They been knew. They been knew the babies couldn't read and didn't care. You know when they started caring? After the pandemic. Them test scores plummeted. First of all, test scores for reading were pretty stagnant for the last decade. But after the pandemic, they plummeted. And now they were like, oh, we got to do something about it. Columbia University, I'm looking at you. You fully backed balanced reading. Fully backed it. Teachers College was 100% pushing out balanced reading. That's why the kids don't know how to sound things out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go do some research. Now they're trying to push science of reading. That's the way. And if you're like, what's science of reading? That's what we was doing. And by we, I'm talking about millennials and older. The little when we were sounding words out, that's, yeah. Now they're trying to bring that back. And if you're like, wait, they stopped doing that? Yes! For years, they stopped doing it. I'm going to say this last thing and I'm going to be done. If you have the opportunity and the privilege, right? Because taking off from work is a privilege. You need to start, and by you, I'm talking to parents and guardians. Start going to these PTSA meetings and these district meetings. They are passing so many policies and they're banking on the fact that parents and families are not going to show up. You need to know what those policies are and how they're affecting your children, particularly Black and brown children. They know families can't or won't show up. You need to be more involved with your students' schooling. Their life, quite literally, depends on it. All right, I'm done.
What makes you righteous? You see, I don't smoke, I don't drink. I won't fornicate and I won't commit adultery. I don't smoke dope. And I say all my prayers every day. And I give whatever I can in charity. And what else do you do? Well, what do you mean, what else? Is there something else? That's nothing. That's vanity. So you don't smoke, so what? So you don't drink. You don't use drugs. So what? What are you doing to better the condition of others? What are you doing to reform where you live? And if you do nothing to reform society with the knowledge you have received, then you are guilty of concealing knowledge. And that is a cardinal sin.
Young Black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader challenges.
Listen, if you don't know what the Milken Institute, they represented that. Go do your research. Like the sister said, go do your research. Research is the key to everything. What you see now is newspaper clippings about the Crips, of all the negativity that they have brought upon the Black race since they beginning, since their birth. This is what you're seeing. This is all proof to let you know that the Crips and Bloods what they represent and what they got going. This is them. This is what they brought to the table. Destruction. Tell me something positive that all these dudes did. I want to know. Somebody tell me something positive that all these dudes did. What schools do they have? What banks? What programs still exist today that they started back then that still go on to this day? Tell me one thing that the Crips and Bloods together have ever done. Tell me one thing that the Crips by themselves have done. Tell me one thing that the Bloods themselves have done that's positive, that took notice in a whole community that affected more than one community. Tell me. I'll wait. History don't lie. This is it. This is facts. These are all the facts. This is all of the destruction. This is all the negativity that the Crips have done over the years. Look at that. Incidents in baby slaying. Outline the jury. They was killing kids way back. They was killing babies way back then. Tell me, what did these dudes do that was so amazing that this stuff lasted to this day right now that we dealing with? Explain to me what these dudes did that were so important that we have to continue all their legacies. Tell me one thing that these dudes did that we have to continue every single one of their legacies of what they did. Tell me one thing that the Bloods have done. Tell me one thing that the Crips have done. Tell me one thing that the Crips and Bloods have done together. Tell me one thing that they've done together that have improved the race relations in California with Mexicans, whites, blacks, anything, any programs that they got. Tell me anything that they done. And tell me what Crips put people to school, bought people homes, saved people from getting evicted. You feel me? Yeah, you probably got some individual. Yeah, well, you know, the G homie, you know, he saved his auntie house. You know, she was losing her house. You know what I'm saying? He bought the house so she wouldn't lose. You know, blood is straight like that. He's supposed to do that. That's his auntie. We talking about his auntie neighbor. She lost her house. He didn't go over there and save that house. Look at all the people, all the crime. Look at all the negativity, that everything that the Crips and Bloods have done in the last 50 years. And tell me, where can I go get my check at now that I got shot by my own homies? I'm not a snitch. I'm not a buster. I ain't never tried to plot on none of my homies. I ain't never tried to do nothing. So I got fired. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? Or you got to get workman's comp. What, you can't get fired? You gotta quit or something, huh? Okay, so I quit. Now, where can I go get my workman's comp for the Crips and Bloods? Somebody lead me in the right direction where I can go get my workman's comp for that. Because I got about 30 years of workman's comp that I need to get, of destruction that I laid down. You know what I'm saying? I still got rules over there right now. You know what I'm saying? The last rule that I created was when this fool knocked me out. The 28 knocked me out, right? Because he doesn't like me. I'm a buster. I'm all this, right? He dope fiends me, knocks me out, right? I can still hear, but you know, I'm knocked out. The drunk, knocked out, right? The homies run over there. What's up? What's cracking? You all right? You straight? Yeah. Get me up. They put me in the car. No, I ain't going nowhere. No. Hold on. I already know this dude didn't dope fiend me. Wait a minute. I rest. I try to get back out, get up. Nah, you ain't ready. You ain't ready. You sit down. You ain't ready. Okay. I do my ABCs. I go A all the way up. I do them backwards. Whew, I'm smart. I go backwards. Then I do them again. Go up. Then I do them again backwards. Oh, I'm ready. I jump up. Woo, I'm ready. The homie like, yeah, you talking all that much. You got your chest out. Woo, you hustling up ready to squabble. Boom. Ran through him all night long. Made all the other 28s got to come out there and let him know till he tapped out. Until I get my dope fiend back, he can't go nowhere. Anybody take him out this park is dying. So now it's a new rule created. If you get dope fiend by a homie, you are not allowed to leave. I done seen people get dope fiend, break out the park. One sock, boom, we gone. Hey, I want that squat. Well, why'd you run? I didn't go nowhere. It's a new rule now. I created. You can't go nowhere. If you get dope fiend, you got to stand right here. That's a new rule. I ran that dude all night long till he tapped out. My plan was to kill him, but it was too many. I don't trust none of the young dudes in here. Yeah, I was going to knock him down. But it was too many people in here, too many witnesses. So I got to keep beating you up all night long. That's a new rule. That's the last rule I made before they shot me. But what can I get my check for that? What do I get for that? I get nothing for that. I don't get nothing for that. I can't get nothing. I can't go get no Crip and blood. Where do I go turn this card in so I can get paid, man? I got a full career over here. It's just down the drain like that. I don't. Can you turn it in? Can I turn it in for that? No, you can't. Well, what about the homie who ain't did nothing, stayed down, did everything, got killed? This dude killed him, not the enemy. Joe, his family can't collect. They don't get nothing? No. Kids can't get nothing? No. Don't get nothing. But why is your child, the homies killed you? Why is your child now 15 back over here want to join this gang? Come on, man. This cycle of violence is something that is on a level of, if it don't get under control, it's going to be lost, completely lost to kids that 5, 6, 7, 8 that want to be a gang member right now. You seen yesterday, I told you I played the kid, you know, that wants to be a gang member. Oh, you didn't see it? You want me to find it? I got it. I can go find it. I can go show it to you. I can show it to you. You want to see it? I'll show it to you. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I'll find it.
Hoover said, When the FBI director J. Edgar Hoover.
I'll find it for you right now. Hold on. I'll play it for you. Here you go. Here you go. Look what it say. Look. I always wanted to be a Crip. Let's look at this. Look at this kid.
I wanted to be a Crip.
Why?
Hold my hoodie like this.
What do Crips do?
They do fun stuff.
Like what?
Like smoke, and they walk around their hood. Some Crips even make music. Like that Crip. Mom, I'm about to go over there and sing.
The beat, trying to get on the beat. Oh, what do you got? Come on.
Come on, man. You see that? I'm just saying. All I'm saying is why. Somebody explain to me why. What was the purpose of us having to witness this child say he want to be a Crip? What is it? What I mean, do they got a health plan? Do they got a school? Do they got a hospital? Do they got why does this child want to be a Crip? And why is his mother even accepting that? With the chains on, khakis, the Converse, they endorsed it. So those are the parents that we living with right now. And that's going to affect your child. That little kid is going to end up killing your child. When that kid right there grows up, he is going to kill your child. And you're going to sit and say, Dr. Crip told me about this little MF and I didn't listen. He is going to kill your child. When he grow up, that little dude is going to kill your child. He going to kill your child. Why is it that he want to be a Crip? That's my thing right there. Do not let this guy get put on no hood. Why? What is the reason why the Crips need him? Somebody explain that to me. Come on, man. Somebody explain that to me. This Dr. Crip. Thank everybody coming to the show. This is Crip Week Part 2 of why we need to end gangs.
Like this.
What do Crips do?
Somebody explain that to me.
Oh, I wanted to.
I always wanted to be a Crip. I don't think if he was part of my family, I don't think he'd be saying that. I'm just saying in general, my family. Now, he might be in your family. Obviously, he in that family right there, and it ain't a problem. Don't nobody have a problem with it. But I do. I got a big problem with it. I got a major problem with it. I don't see why he wants to be a Crip. I don't understand what's the fascination of being a Crip. What did he see? What did somebody tell him? He's sitting there with his little 18 chains on. He got a curl, his little Crip hat, khakis, and chucks. All he need to do is go do a drive-by shooting and get caught and go to jail for the rest of his life, and he is fully a Crip. He can be full-fledged. He can be full-fledged. And the person who he's going to kill is your son or your daughter. Yeah. Yeah, he coming for you. He coming for your son, your daughter. He will be a Crip one way or another. Tell me why. Somebody please explain to me why. But I do know this.
I am not trying to fearmonger you, but I was an assistant principal, I was a middle school teacher, and I was a high school teacher. And I need you to know America's in a literacy crisis, and they're not making a big enough deal about it. Our children cannot read. Our children cannot read, let alone writing a paragraph, let alone comprehension. They cannot read. They do not know how to sound words out. They were not taught that. And if you're wondering, well, then why does my kid just keep getting passed on to the next grade? Because that's what they're doing now. They're not holding the children back. They're moving them on. They're graduating them, knowing that your child is illiterate. Our next change makers, our next lawmakers, our next voters cannot read. I beg of you, take the tablets and the cell phones away. Practice letter recognition and sounds and reading with your child, please. And I'm going to keep it a stack with you. They been knew. They been knew the babies couldn't read and didn't care. You know when they started caring? After the pandemic. Them test scores plummeted. First of all, like test scores for reading were like pretty stagnant for the last like decade. But after the pandemic, they plummeted. And now they were like, oh, we got to do something about it. Columbia University, I'm looking at you. You fully backed balanced reading. Fully backed it. Teachers College was 100% pushing out balanced reading. That's why the kids don't know how to sound things out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go do some research. Now they're trying to push science of reading. That's the way. And if you're like, what's science of reading? That's what we was doing. And by we, I'm talking about millennials and older. The one, the little you know, when we were sounding words out, that's, yeah. Now they're trying to bring that back. And if you're like, wait, they stopped doing that? Yes! For years, they stopped doing it. I'm going to say this last thing and I'm going to be done. If you have the opportunity and the privilege, right? Because like taking off from work is a privilege. You need to start, and by you, I'm talking to parents and guardians. Start going to these PTSA meetings and these district meetings. They are passing so many policies and they're banking on the fact that parents and families are not going to show up. You need to know what those policies are and how they're affecting your children, particularly Black and brown children. They know families can't or won't show up. You need to be more involved with your students' schooling. Their life, quite literally, depends on it. All right, I'm done.
Wow. I wonder, can that little dude read? Do you think that little guy can read? Do you think he can read? I'm just asking the question.
Why?
Hold my hoodie like this.
What do Crips do?
They do fun stuff.
Like what?
Like smoke, and they walk around their hood. Some Crips even make music like that.
They walk around their hood and they smoke. They do fun stuff. I'm trying to figure out if this dude can read. That's all I want to know is, can that little dude read? That's it. What grade he in? Can he read? Can he write? That's all I'm concerned with. I really would like to know that. Somebody should let me know if that dude is on his way, because next step is Cripville. He'll be in YA, juveniles, Los Patrinos. Well, they obviously in LA. They was at Santa Monica Beach. So he'll be at Los Patrinos. He'll be at Los Patrinos, Camp Scott, you know, whichever one they got. He just a few years away. Maybe one more year, couple of more years, he'll be up in Camp Scott. Let's just hope that it ain't for killing your son or your daughter. Because he's going to kill somebody. because he got the look. He a little player, you know, woo woo, and he all he got to do is get the right devil, that one devil that say, "Hey man, it's time for you to go bust, homie. You need to go learn how to go bust on these dudes," and it's on, because I ain't never did that. I'm not putting no gun in no child hand. I don't get down like that. That's never been my thing. That ain't my thing. But I watch other people do it, and I'm guilty of that. I watch my homie do it. Hey, y'all niggas out here, y'all better know, homie, when it's on, it's on. So if you ain't ready for this, you better get up out of here right now. And don't nobody leave like, here you go, y'all here go the car. I'm like, but you a buster. You a real mark. Ain't nobody never did you like that. You ain't never told on nobody or none of that, but you a buster. you busted out in the county and all that. So here you is giving guns to kids. See, them the type of gangbangers that's out on the street. Come on, man. This ain't checkers, man. It's chess. Let's end gang violence, man. Let's end the gang of putting people on a gang. That's the number one place to start at right there. I challenge all Bloods and Crips, especially the ones who's getting a check. If you're getting a check because you're from a gang, if you're getting a check, if you're getting paid from a check, you should be the main one in your hood that say, we're not putting nobody else on our hood. That's it. Hey, one move away. They said, hello, Dr. Crip. Why do the old gang members get the gang money and it doesn't seem to work? I may be wrong, though. I don't know. Yeah, it don't work because they don't care. They giving the money to whoever they think is in power that don't listen. If these old dudes had power, they would be stopping going, listen, all these old dudes don't want to know smoke with their young homies. Why you think this dude shot me? Because he was scared. If he would have said, homie, I need to squabble with you, I'd have beat the hell out that dude. But either somebody paid him to shoot me or he was scared, either or. Because when all you was doing was robbing old people, you snatch purses, you steal, and you have sex with fat girls. That's it. That was your whole being. You ain't did nothing else. That's it. If you wanted to squabble, I would have beat the hell out. But but that's the problem. Old dudes don't want that smoke. Don't know old dudes want to squabble with their young homies. They'll get ran through because they old out of shape. Man, I had like 3-4 squabbles with these young dudes. I'm not worried about none of these young dudes putting their hands on me. Come on, man. What is you talking about? Ain't no old dudes in their 50s out here like that. It's very few. It's very few of us like that, homie. Very few that'll say, what? You want to do what? What's happening? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. That's what the problem is. These young dudes don't want these old dudes don't want no smoke with these young dudes out here doing whatever they want to do. I was one of the only ones from 9-0 that would say, you got extras. That's what it is. Whatever you want to do. What's happening? Let's do this right now. What that got to, man, come on. These young dudes was embarrassing old dudes in my hood. They don't want to squabble with these dudes. They on drugs. They out of shape. They on meds. Come on, man. That's in every hood. That's why these old dudes don't do nothing. They not finna confront no young dudes in their hoods about nothing. They just getting the money and trying to do whatever. They let these dudes run around and do whatever they want to do. Man, they ain't finna confront these dudes. They're not finna say nothing to these dudes. That's why. That's why it don't work. One move away. You right. It doesn't seem to work. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not working. That's why you got what you see right now. Because none of these old dudes ain't fit. Listen, let me tell you what old dudes is finna do. What they doing right now, showing up at all these funerals with blue rags all on their heads and derbies and their hats flipped up and yeah, this is Crip. Yeah, I've been doing this since 72. That's what they finna do. But if they young homie go sock an old lady in their hood, they not finna do nothing. They just finna sit back and say, man, these young niggas be tripping. These young dudes be tripping, man. This ain't the same, man. Oh, they all they finna do is talk. Ain't nobody finna go do nothing. Ain't nobody finna say nothing to these young dudes because they scared. That's what the problem is. If all the old dudes rallied up together in their hood and start smashing these young dudes, yes, it would be a big change. It's going to be a big problem in the hood, but guess what? If they stuck together, it would be a change like you never seen before, but it's not going to happen because these old dudes are scared. Straight up. From the gangster car, from the neighborhood car, from the West Side car, from the Long Beach car, from the Watts car, the Compton car, all that. Everybody's scared to go against their young homies out there on the front line. These dudes out there on powder and all kind of stuff, socking people that work in the parks and everything. And you wonder why it's out of control. Yeah, that's why. Because these old dudes ain't finna say nothing. Because they getting a check and they being pacified. They just, hey man, I just what? Yeah, that's what they do. Oh, somebody got knocked down. Okay, hey man, maybe we should let's holler before. Hey man, don't go do nothing, man. Let's just check it out. We don't know us. Whoa, shut up, cuz. Like, you ain't be over here. What? And then guess what? He ain't finna say nothing. He ain't finna say nothing. Now, you know who probably gonna say something? All the 28s that just got out of prison. The 28s is the ones who probably are gonna say something, but at the same token, they don't want to get involved like that because they just got out of jail. You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to get involved with all that. They ain't finna say nothing. In the 90s right now, it ain't no structure. Young dudes can do whatever they want to do over there. And ain't nothing that no old dude over there can do it. That been around. Nothing. Ain't nothing nobody can do. They can't tell nobody to stand down. They can't tell nobody to shut up or nothing. Because if you say that, they gonna want to fade. Straight up. And dudes is out of shape, sick, powder, drugs, all that. And they ain't gonna say nothing. That's what's happening. And if it's like that in the 90s, trust me, it's like that in a whole other, like a bunch of other hoods. Just the same thing. That's why it's out of control like that. That's why it don't seem to work. One move away. That's why your comment is on point like that. When you say welcome to the Dr. Crip Show. Today, this is part 2 of why Crips and Bloods and gangs must come to an end far as putting somebody on their hood. We don't need nobody else on nobody else's hood. They had a question. They said, hello, Dr. Crip. Why do the old gang members get the gang money? It doesn't seem to work. I may be wrong, though. I don't know. You are absolutely correct in that one move away. It don't work because none of these old dudes is not finna say nothing to their homies about nothing. Because you either gonna end up having to fight or shoot one of them young dudes. And if they know you a threat, they're going to do you just like they try to do me. And you going to die if you don't got God on your side. Because I got the Almighty. And I got people praying for me every day. So, yeah, that's why he didn't want me over there no more dealing with that, because I've been over there trying to deal with that for over 30 years. And it ain't going nowhere. And he didn't want me over there no more. So let's leave. And when I left with a bang. I ain't no snitch. I ain't no buster. I ain't never plotted to kill none of my homies. I ain't never robbed none of my homies. Can't nobody pay me to go kill one of my homies. You ain't finna plot and trying to kill one of my homies in front of me. They gonna take that conversation somewhere away from me. You ain't nobody finna plot and talk about killing a homie in front of me. That ain't finna never happen. They never finna do nothing like that in front of me, but they will in front of somebody else, because guess what? They not gonna say nothing. And if I catch you and I know you a buster and you telling a young homie to do something foul, and I'm gonna say, first of all, you is a mark. First of all, you a snitch. I will tell you to your face. Yes. First of all, you got allegations. First, yes, I would do all that. That's why they got rid of me, because I was in the way of progress. This is a new thing. Once again, if you could tell me the movie where it's the two gangsters and the one gangster tell them, you're in the way of progress. That's what I was. Because they want to bring back all the snitches. They're trying to come back. They want, because they got money and everything. So they want them back over there. And I was holding up progress. So that's why they had to get rid of me. That's why they had to get rid of me. Yeah. That's my taking of it. That's what I believe. You was holding up progress. So that's what the problem is. One move away. That's it. It don't work because these old dudes getting that check, that gang money, and they don't want to lose it. And they ain't finna make no waves with no young dudes because they don't want to fight. They don't want to get embarrassed. They don't want to get shot. They don't want to have no problems. That's why they show up at all these funerals and burying all, because all them if you from the 60s, you dying. You out of here. It's your time. You out of here. You're dying. Yeah, you won from the 60s and the early 70s. Yeah, well, your time is up. You are out of here. You're dying off right now. So, yeah, they definitely not going to say nothing. You feel me? They ain't finna say nothing to nobody 25 years old that's on powder, extra out, on lean, slapping homegirls, riding on churches, breaking in houses in the hood. I had a rule. I said, don't break in nobody's house that live over here. Why you don't break into the enemy houses in their neighborhood? Why you don't do that? Because it's easier to break in your own hood, the house over here. That's why. The same way it's easier to kill your homie, easier to rob your own homie. Everything is easier to do when it comes to your own hood. It's not a problem. But when you take it outside your hood, that's when it become a problem. So that's what the problem is. One move away. Nobody is going to break that. They don't want them problems like that. Them old dudes don't want no problems like that because they out of shape. They on meds, they on drugs, their bodies is not working properly, and they can't handle no fight and no gunplay with no and let me tell you something. You got these old dudes out here taking a stand on a whole lot of people. They ain't telling that part. They out here snitching. All these dudes in their 50s and their 60s and some in their 40s that's supposed to be OGs and all this, they out here low-key telling when they getting in trouble. And that's why these young dudes is flipping on them. That's why gangs need to just be dissolved. It's going to be a long time before that happens, but that's why all Crips, all Bloods need to say, we don't need to put nobody else on this hood. They need to make a pledge, a challenge. No Crips, no Bloods, don't need to put nobody else on no gang because it's useless. It don't need to be no more 12, 13, 14-year-old taking no orders from somebody that's 40, 50, 60 that's eventually going to end up telling on you. Because LA is a snitch pot. If all the people, what they need to do, let me tell you what's going to happen. Everybody with money from a gang, a Blood and Crip gang, they need to find all the ballers, pull them all together and say, you know what? Let's go get an attorney and let run everybody's name to see who got a jacket and see who. Hey, don't do that. I'm sorry. Because we did it in the 90s. Cinnamon roll. That's how they found out who was telling. They ran everybody's name. And was like, what this dude with us? And they tried to kill him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Run everybody's name in your hood. You'll find out. Go get an attorney. You can do it. That's a legal move that you can be done right now. And you'll find out. Listen. No more in 24. We don't need no more Crips. We don't need no more Bloods. Let's just end it. You feel me? Let's just end it. That's all that need to be said. Let's just don't put nobody else on in 24. And before we end it, I want everybody to hear. I need y'all to hear this one more time. Let's run through everything one more time.
Okay.
Let's run through everything one more time. Because this is about the kids. Let's see what is going on with the kids. We're gonna run through this whole little thing one more time to let everybody know what is going on with our kids. This lady is a former educator, and she's letting you know that the literacy crisis in America with our kids is drastic. We are losing the battle in education. Hardback coffee table book. Be available next week on Amazon. That's my grandfather right there. Got a school named after him. Education was born in my family. Get your kids to read. Get them off the video games. Get them off the video games. Then we have Big F. He gonna let you know that you have to take the wheels like I have. Don't hold the knowledge. Don't die with that knowledge that you have that can help your fellow black man, black community. Release it. Give people hope. Help do something. Let that knowledge that you have to help somebody, go give it to them. And then we have the governor from New York that let you know how white folks feel about black people. She lets you know that black kids don't even understand the definition of the word computer, which is ironic. We got all these phones and everything. How we know what computers are, but for her to say that black kids growing up right now in this day and age don't know the definition of a computer is ironic. That's crazy, man. So let's pay attention to what's going on, and we're gonna let this run. Let you know the newspaper articles that you see is all negative stuff by the Crips, starting way back in the 70s, to let you know that Crips have never done nothing positive. They don't have a legacy of building up the community like the Black Panthers and all that. That's not true. Don't ever believe that California Revolutionary Independent Party, all that, it's all bogus. And we got pictures. All these dudes that's on these pictures, tell me one of these dudes, one dude, show me one of these dudes that got a school, that tried to get a school, that tried to have a program, that tried to do anything positive and being a Crip. And then we're going to finish up.
Okay, I am not trying to fearmonger you, but I was an assistant principal, I was a middle school teacher, and I was a high school teacher. And I need you to know America's in a literacy crisis, and they're not making a big enough deal about it. Our children cannot read. Our children cannot read, let alone writing a paragraph, let alone comprehension. They cannot read. They do not know how to sound words out. They were not taught that. And if you're wondering, well, then why does my kid just keep getting passed on to the next grade? Because that's what they're doing now. They're not holding the children back. They're moving them on. They're graduating them, knowing that your child is illiterate. Our next change makers, our next lawmakers, our next voters cannot read. I beg of you, take the tablets and the cell phones away. Practice letter recognition and sounds and reading with your child, please. And I'm going to keep it a stack with you. They been knew. They been knew the babies couldn't read and didn't care. You know when they started caring? After the pandemic. Them test scores plummeted. First of all, like test scores for reading were like pretty stagnant for the last like decade. But after the pandemic, they plummeted. And now they were like, oh, we got to do something about it. Columbia University, I'm looking at you. You fully backed balanced reading. Fully backed it. Teachers College was 100% pushing out balanced reading. That's why the kids don't know how to sound things out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go do some research. Now they're trying to push science of reading. That's the way. And if you're like, what's science of reading? That's what we was doing. And by we, I'm talking about millennials and older. The little you know, when we were sounding words out, that's, yeah. Now they're trying to bring that back. And if you're like, wait, they stopped doing that? Yes! For years, they stopped doing it. I'm going to say this last thing and I'm going to be done. If you have the opportunity and the privilege, right? Because like taking off from work is a privilege. You need to start, and by you, I'm talking to parents and guardians. Start going to these PTSA meetings and these district meetings. They are passing so many policies and they're banking on the fact that parents and families are not going to show up. You need to know what those policies are and how they're affecting your children, particularly Black and brown children. They know families can't or won't show up. You need to be more involved with your students' schooling. Their life, quite literally, depends on it. All right, I'm done.
Listen to this dude. Watch this.
What makes you righteous? You see, I don't smoke, I don't drink. I won't fornicate and I won't commit adultery. I don't smoke dope. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. And I say all my prayers every day. And I give whatever I can in charity. Yes, sir. And what else do you do? But what do you mean, what else? Is there something else? That's nothing. That's vanity. So you don't smoke, so what? So you don't drink. You don't use drugs. So what? What are you doing to better the condition of others? What are you doing to reform where you live? And if you do nothing to reform society with the knowledge you have received, then you are guilty of concealing knowledge. And that is a cardinal sin.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader challenges.
Did you hear what she said? Kids don't even know what the word computer means. Come on, man. Knock it off. And she the governor of New York at the Milken Institute Conference. Go look up, do your research. Go find out about the Milken. Man, they connected to the Roth. Come on, man. They connected to them people, man, that y'all always talking about, the Illuminati and all that. Milken, they part of that. All these newspaper articles. This is all nothing but negativity by the Crips. All these articles, 74, 75, 76, 77. Ain't nothing but destruction in here, but the Crips and what they got going on. You feel me? Nothing. It's all bad. Ain't nothing in here positive. Even the people that were designed to help bring an end to the violence messed up. Any of these dudes got schools? Any of these dudes sent people to college, took kids, communities? Any of them dudes do that? Y'all know who they are. Any of these dudes do anything positive? They got any businesses still going on today that black people can use? They got stores. What they doing right now? Somebody tell me. Somebody shut me up and tell me what they got going. Somebody tell me something. You know? Somebody show me something. Tell me something. Get me off the internet. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tell me anything that these dudes have done that left behind, that I can go cash something in, or I can go work with them right now. You know what I'm saying? That I could pull up to their facility that they've been having for years. You know, anything. Just let me know, man. Just let me know. That's all I want to do is just let me know. You know? Now, them dudes right there tried. I believe that's the Slausons. They wanted to, but they was trapped in the area. Environmental depression. You feel me? And once they got knocked out, you got this type of stuff going. This is Crip Week Part 2, man, about the negativity of gangs. It's Part 2. Part 3 will be tomorrow. Part 3 will be tomorrow, where we will discuss J. Edgar Hoover. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff he got going on. I like to thank everybody for coming out. Please like, support. Please share, like, support. Make donations if possible. All donations go to a worthy cause. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully around this same time. And one move away, West Side for Life. Thank everybody for coming out, showing love. And listen, man, go do something positive for the kids out here, man. Let's get something done. This is Dr. Crip. Please share, like, support, and do all that good stuff, man. We out.